What's up, everyone? Today we're going to go pull the hydraulic lines off of the hoe and make it so that we can get that hoe working. I mean, the whole point of having a hoe is to make sure it works, right? All right, so we have a broken line on that, and once we get that pulled off, we'll be able to load it onto the tractor a lot easier. So let's go ahead, run over there so that we can get back to work on the satellite. All right, a little bit of a trip, guys. All right, guys, we're going to be stopping first at the Post and Kill Auto Supply. Family-owned business, super awesome people, and because we're such a farming community, they have a lot of farming supplies. So I might try doing a little oil change in the tractor as well for tee-hee giggles. Also, the finest top shelf penetrant oil that money can buy. So we can free that clutch up. Anyways, let me run in there. I'll be right back. Well, guys, we got some great penetrant oil as well as an oil change kit. So let's head over there and get to work. All right, guys, we're here. So what we have to do is we have to determine exactly which line has failed. Hopefully it's only one line. I know generally if you replace one line, the next line will bust and stuff like that, but we just need to get this thing on the tractor trailer. We can start replacing additional hoses. They're actually not that expensive. I was just talking to, it's called Meridians out in, I think I already told you that. It's out in Latham. So we're gonna go ahead and see which line is leaking, and once we determine that, we'll pull the old one off and bring it down and have it replaced. Now, we're gonna go ahead and hit this area with this crazy spray, and hopefully she'll free up shortly. All right, guys, as you can see, right here, I got that hydraulic line out. I'll tell you, big credit to those farmers that do this stuff out in the field. Not easy at all. All right, guys, we got the new hydraulic line sitting right there, and we all know what that means. Eventually we're going to start having to replace all of the lines, but for now we just got to get it ready for getting picked up and put on the trailer. So let's go ahead, bring it back, tighten her on. I know it's like 95 degrees out, but pickup is in 2 days from now, so we got to hustle. So no more Mr. Nice Guy. So one big benefit of the BMW is its air conditioning is awesome. And it is hot out. So that was a nice little break. It was about an hour and a half ride, go get it, come back and all that. So we're gonna get back to work. We have our hydraulic fluid, some water, and some energy, and a line. So let's get to work, slap her together, and see what we can accomplish today. Now the next time we're replacing these hydraulic lines, I make sure that my battery was more charged than just 1%, so we can actually see how they actually put these together. It was pretty neat. I mean, we got a nice hydraulic line out of it. I did go ahead and fill it up before I put the quick disconnect on it, but I don't know if I needed to do that, but it took quite a bit of hydraulic fluid just to get it where it is. So I'm glad we did that. Now we're gonna go ahead, reconnect all this wonderfulness, and see if the hoe moves, because it's always good to have a working hoe. Crack that whip. Well guys, today is the day that this thing is coming home, and still haven't freed up that clutch, but fortunately the owner of the previous owner has actually been spraying it every day with some pretty heavy duty lubricant or penetrant oil, so I'm very hopeful that means we're gonna be able to break it free. I also brought my bore scope so we can peek inside there, so let me play around with it a little bit and see what we can't figure out. All right guys, as you can see, we have the cool bore scope, which you just actually use right off of your phone, and I use it like at work. Actually, I used it today to try to find a buried box in the ceiling, which worked out fantastic. So this has a nice light on the front of it. We'll poke that in there, see what we can't find. I will take a recording with this thing, and I'll just go ahead and splice that right into the video right now. Now that we actually kind of have an idea, it looks like inside this looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and give it a little bit of a tippity tap with a pneumatic hammer. Once again, a big thank you to the property owner for doing great things, allowing me to use some of his tools and especially his air. So huge thank you. And so yeah, let's go ahead, tap this in a little bit and see if it'll free up. Oh, actually, holy crap, just that little bit, it started to move. Look at that, guys. Just like it moved a hair. So this might actually work. This might work. We won't have to break this thing in half. That's awesome. All right, let me give this a little bit of a what for, and I'll be right back. Now, before I say, you know, good night to all you guys, I want to just kind of do one real quick thing. I started out the channel working on one thing and one thing only. That was just having fun. And I'm really enjoying this build. I really enjoy that we have some pretty crazy things we have to do with it. It's the challenge of it. And I really enjoy getting out of my comfort zone and being challenged and having fun the whole way. I can't wait till we dig back into the Buick. I can't wait until this thing is on the road and the 318 is thrashing around inside here. Well, the engine shouldn't be thrashing. This thing should be thrashing. I can't wait until we build the 1UZ going into here. I have a change of mind exactly how this is going to be put together. I don't think we're going to turbo it. I think we're going to go with pure, unadulterated fun. We are going to have a monster over there, a daily driver here, and a fun, I want this to be nice, clean, like it just rolled off the assembly line with a twist. We have, next month, we're going to be finishing my wife's car. We have the BMW over there. We have a few maintenance things we have to do. Wheel hub that's gone bad. Next year I want to restore my Jeep Wrangler. We have things going on with the truck, but something that I really needed an injection of fun back into the channel. And guys, just look at this. What kid, whether you're a 12-year-old, an 8-year-old, or a 45-year-old, what kid at heart doesn't want a large tractor? And the whole reason why I started the channel was to keep myself from procrastinating on projects. It doesn't matter if I have 1 or 5. It's just so that I'm always working on at least one of them. The whole point of the channel is not to change the world, just have fun. And things kind of got a little bit serious, and I don't like being serious. I like having fun, and this thing embodies fun. Don't get me wrong, it's a dangerous piece of heavy equipment, but that is awesome. I would start it back up, but the kids are sleeping, or at least we're trying to get them to sleep. And this is not quiet. And I think this is a great, I'm gonna frame this. How does this look? We'll do the, was it the blue steel? Oh, you guys know that reference or not? I really like TV shows, movies, and stuff like that. But I'm gonna frame this for a reason. So, hint, hint. I wanted to get in and learn. One of the biggest reasons I'm always concerned about dealing with diesels is I've never owned one, and I've always been very intimidated by them. And I wanted to be able to really get my hands on a diesel. So this would be my first diesel engine. And I know this is a lot different than some of the other diesel engines. Wink, wink, say no more, say no more. Some diesel engines. But this is a really good way to learn. I mean, we have some things we have to deal with. We have hydraulics, we have other things. I'll do a video down the road when I go a little bit more in depth. Now that it's home, I don't have to go 20-30 minutes down the road to play with it. I can actually start really looking into what needs to happen. I really hope we don't have to split the tractor in half to free up the clutch, but I'm gonna put a little bit of heat in the system, and hopefully we can free it up. But guys, this is what I want the channel to be about. Fun. I want it to be fun. I want this to be my first diesel engine. I want things to be just a lot of fun, guys. And I want you guys to join me on the crazy road when it's building the garage, finishing the Buick, getting this thing thrashed, you know, getting the Super sorted out, getting the Buick, you know, the BMW, the Mini Cooper, the Jeep. I know a lot of you guys are very into Mopar, and that's awesome. I know a lot of you guys are very purists, and that's fantastic. The car culture, whether you're in Japan or in Mexico, or actually Cuba, is really awesome. The car culture in Cuba is one of the coolest in the world because they have so little to work with and they get so much done. It's incredible. Someplace I would really love to go, and just I can't speak Spanish, but I would love to, you know, interact with these guys with just so much passion, keeping things that, like, I think I drive, or I like to restore or rebuild and put things back on the road that, you know, that's totaled, or was totaled. They were both totaled at one point. This thing was bound for the scrapyard. That was bound for the scrapyard. This would have been bound to the scrapyard. That was bound to the scrapyard. I mean, this thing, it wasn't running. He had a project he was working on. It was supposed to be the next door. He was buying the next door, and the project fell through, and this was going to be a project for a project. It was supposed to be all fun. So, and he's very clever. The guy I bought it from, very clever. I think he's going to be starting a YouTube channel up, working on some small engines and other really, really cool things. So when he does, and he has some VHS tapes from back when he was much younger, building really cool stuff. So he's going to be uploading them. Once he does that, I want to make you guys just flood over there. He's a great guy, wonderful guy. And that's what I want this to be all about. I want this to be about fun, guys. I don't know how dark it is. And when I got home, it started to rain. So, you know, she was dirty. She was a dirty girl. Now she's still dirty, but she's wet. She's still not clean. There's a lot of things weird about it, but like the tires are on backwards. I don't know. I wish I know why they're on backwards, but the wheels are on backwards. I like how this has a tri-rib on one side. I need to get all new tires on this. Realistically, this needs a lot, but you know, I love that. I love bringing things back that should be scrapped, or should have been, or could have been, or would have been. But if we can keep things on the road that shouldn't be, well, I mean, should be as far as safe, but what other people's don't want to deal with, I think that's accomplishment on its own right. Guys, remember, keep your shiny side up. And as always, God bless and have fun.